Hello all and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I hope all are doing well. Learning any language comprises two phases. Phase 1, Phase 2. Phase 1 is learning by theory and Phase 2 comprises learning by practical approach. So in this video, I'm going to explain these two phases in detail so that you can find all your answer about being fluent in English language. Most of the people understand English well, however, they can't speak fluently. Then what are the reason behind that? You can find out all your answers in this video. So without skipping any content in this video, let's stay tuned with this video up till the last moment. You will find a very valuable answer from this video. So without wasting time, let's get started with this video. Learning any language comprises two phases. Phase 1, Phase 2. So the Phase 1 is nothing but learning language by theoretical approach. It means it consists of three stages. The first stage is that basic understanding grammar. It means we are able to understand English, however, we are not speaking fluently English. Why does it happen with us? Can you think about that? Have you ever thought about it? I'm not sure how many people thought about that, but I'll explain it one by one. We can understand English well. It does indicate that we are good in the English grammar. That is why we are able to understand speaker very well. That is the first thing, that we are good in the grammar. The speaker can also use vocabularies, idioms, some phrasal verbs, some advanced verb, and we are able to understand those things. This indicates that we are also good in the vocabulary, in the grammar, in the phrasal verb, idioms, advanced verb. It means the second point also we fulfill. Now the third step in the Phase 1 is that the practicing a lot of listening. As we can understand listener very well, or we can understand speaker very well, this indicates that we practice a lot in listening. That's why we are able to understand any native speaker or any speaker well. So in the Phase 1, there are three steps. That is the basic knowledge of the grammar. Second part is the vocabularies, idioms, advanced verb. And the third stage is the listening practice. And in the Phase 1, I guess 100% or all people fulfill all these three steps in the Phase 1. It means you are doing better in the Phase 1. That is why you people are understanding speaker well, but you are not speaking fluently in English language. I hope the Phase 1 is pretty much clear to you. What are the steps in the Phase 1 and what are the steps where you are doing better? So let's move into the Phase 2. So the Phase 2 is nothing but learning language by practical approach or by practical method. So it also comprises three steps. The first step is the application of English grammar. As we already familiar with the English grammar, now it's time to use the grammar which we learn in the Phase 1. We need to apply those grammar part. For example, most of the people can't apply that grammar. They just only learn English grammar, that this is the simple past tense, this is the simple present tense, future tense. They are not implementing that grammar somewhere in their life. And that is where, or that is the problem with these people not being fluent in English language. So what you people have to do is that you have to use the theory concept or the basic grammar concept in the practical approach. So try to construct the sentences, try to frame sentences in your mind and try to speak those sentences. It is not only the thinking or framing the constructions or the sentences in your mind. Frame sentences in your mind and try to expel those sentences by your mouth. It means just speak those sentences, construct sentences in your mind and speak it. Most of the people stuck while constructing the sentences, like they have a confusion whether I use simple past tense or I use past perfect tense. That's okay, it is obvious thing. If you started to implement the basic grammar rule, or if you started to frame the sentences, then you come across that confusion. It is obvious. So just try to frame the construction over and over the period of time. The confusion will be vanishes, and now you will be in the position to speak or the frame sentences in the right time frame, in the present tense or the past tense or the future tense. So that is the first step in the phase 2, that is the application of the basic grammar. Whatever the grammar concept that you have learned so far, try to implement it, try to use in your daily life. That is the first step in the phase 2. The second stage is practice of the speaking. Most of the time I found that the people are stucking somewhere while speaking. They try to speak English, however they stuck somewhere. They are not able to recall a verb, or they are not able to recall a certain words. They are not able to gather any word to construct those words in a particular sentences. So that is also obvious thing. You have to just practice over and over. Or there are many people, they take more time in speaking. That's also obvious, because most of the time I found that the people think in their mother tongue, and then they translate that their opinion in the English, and that's how they take more time in speaking. So this is the wrong practice. Don't do that practice. So try to develop your brain to think in English itself, not in your native language. So I'll recommend you, or you think in English. Try to develop your mind in such a way that he can be able to think in English. And once if you think in English, then definitely you can speak with less time, with effectively. Also, the translation has another drawback, that you cannot translate each and every your thought from your mother tongue into English language. I'll give you one example. Let's take one example. I am feeling under the weather. What does it mean? Now, how you can translate that sentence in your mother tongue? If you try to translate that in your mother tongue, then it will have another meaning, or I can say another thing, that it is out of my depth when it comes to speaking English language. So now, out of my depth, when you try to construct or try to translate that sentence in your mother tongue, then it may come the different meaning. So don't translate or don't think in your mother tongue, and don't translate thing from your mother tongue into English. Directly think in English. Try to develop your mind in such a way that he can think in English, and directly you can frame the sentences, and that's how you can become fluent in English language. So that is the second step in the phase 2. So the last and important step in the phase 2 is incorporating the phrasal verb, advanced verb, any advanced word as well in your communication. If you will, over the period of time, if you try to add phrasal verb, try to learn new advanced word, idioms, then your language will become attractive, and you can speak fluently English language, and that's how the people may appreciate your language. So that is what the three steps in the phase 2 and the three steps in the phase 1. I hope you have got answer of your all questions. What is the problem of not being fluent in English language? So the most of the people, I would suggest to them that if you are understanding English well and not speaking fluently, then you need to follow these steps which I explained in the stage 1 and the stage 2 as well. So I hope I might have addressed all your queries about understanding English but not speaking fluent English. Even though if you have any doubt regarding that, then let me know. I'll be happy to address all your doubt. So thank you very much for being with me for this video. I'll get back to you with another video. Take care. Bye bye.